Reptile is a new Netflix murder mystery about a detective trying to solve the case of a dead real estate agent. But does it actually provide a fun, mystifying experience? Following the murder of a real estate agent found dead in one of her properties, Detective Tom Nichols, played by Benicio del Toro, or Gonzo, as I will personally forever and always call him, attempts to crack the case while managing his own life. So what did I like about this movie? Well, I'll say that with all things considered, in the moments leading up to the big revelations in the final act, I did kind of have that moment of, oh, I think I figured it out. And, you know, that's always fun, but everything leading up to that was just really dissatisfying. Most of the first half of the film really is just him going around counterproductively questioning people and then just leaving them with his business card and then being on his way. The movie should have focused more on the murder mystery at hand. That was the whole reason we were watching it, but there's so much of it that's just muddled by the detective's personal life and his working relationship with the other officers, which I'll say does end up making a bit more sense by the end of it, but nevertheless, none of it was really interesting or fun or exciting. Like, nothing was satisfying about that. Which I get that in a murder mystery, you do need to put red herrings in your story, but none of them were exciting. This movie is even visually boring, which, you know, it's Grant Singer's directorial debut, so it's not that surprising that he needs to work out some kinks. It felt very underproduced set design-wise, and the cinematography wasn't really anything to write home about either. I also really hate it when filmmakers use unnecessary close-ups on just random objects that don't contribute anything to the story. Typically, you use a close-up on an object when you're trying to tell the viewer, look at this object. This thing is very important. We were just getting plenty of close-ups on random objects that didn't matter, like food being cooked in a microwave. In an attempt to be eerie and suspenseful, it just ended up being slow-paced, dull in tone, and mundane in happenings. The movie's not unwatchable, but man, is it disappointing. I could see anyone that's a diehard fan of Benicio del Toro or Justin Timberlake still being interested in seeing this movie, but otherwise, just don't waste your time. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this review. If you feel that it brought you any insight at all, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel grow. I'll see you next week with my review of Saw 10.